All right, NFL fans. The Los Angeles Chargers have officially kicked off their 2025 preseason with a statement win. A dominant 34-7 beatdown of the Detroit Lions in the Hall of Fame game. The Chargers showed flashes of what could be a really special season ahead, and today, we're breaking down what that means for their roster moving forward. This is your Chargers 53-man roster prediction after Week 1 of the preseason. We're diving into every key position, who's likely making the cut, who's battling for spots, and what surprises could still be in store before final roster decisions. If you're pumped about the Chargers' future, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your own predictions or players you want to see stick around. Let's get into it. Let's start with the quarterbacks, because this is a position that always draws attention in LA. The Chargers are expected to keep 3 quarterbacks again this year. Last season, they kept Justin Herbert, Taylor Heinicke, and Trey Lance, and that trend looks set to continue. Justin Herbert, of course, is the unquestioned starter. He's the franchise face and offensive engine. Taylor Heinicke remains the trusted veteran backup with starting experience, a safe pair of hands if Herbert goes down. The wild card here is Trey Lance. This preseason, Lance has shown real improvement, especially with a 2-touchdown performance against the Lions in the Hall of Fame game. Remember, the 49ers managed to trade Lance for a 4th-round pick last year. The Chargers could be in a similar position if Lance continues to develop. That means he might not just be a 3rd stringer, but potentially a trade asset that could net a late-round pick if a quarterback-needy team comes calling. This trio offers stability, experience, and upside all at once. Moving on to the backfield, the Chargers are expected to carry 5 running backs, including 1 fullback. The spotlight here is on Omarion Hampton, who could take on a bigger role depending on the status of Najee Harris. Harris suffered a serious injury in a fireworks accident, and while the full details on his recovery are still unclear, his absence opens the door for Hampton to step up as the lead back. We'll be watching his progression closely. Then there's Hassan Haskins, an elite special teams contributor, and Nyheim Miller-Hines, a fresh signing who adds depth and return ability. The Chargers also have Scott Matlock, who played more fullback than defensive tackle last year, and is expected to fill that same role in 2025. This group balances versatility, special teams impact, and the potential to keep the run game efficient and effective, something the Chargers will definitely be aiming for this season. At wide receiver, the Chargers will likely keep 5 players. The passing game, led by Herbert, is strong, but the team still wants to run the ball effectively, and that means receivers who can block and create after the catch. Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston are established weapons, while 2 exciting rookies, Trey Harris and Keandre Lambert-Smith, have already been turning heads in training camp. These young guys bring speed and playmaking ability to an already talented group. Darius Davis is entering his 3rd year and continues to develop, offering explosive playmaking and arguably all-pro level value as a returner. This is a receiver group that combines youth, experience, and special teams value, a solid foundation for a balanced offense. The Chargers' tight end room is one of the more unique groups around. I like to think of it like a basketball lineup. Will Dissly is your center, the reliable, consistent presence. Tyler Conklin plays the power forward role, strong and physical. Oronde Gadsden II is more of a stretch forward or shooting guard, offering speed and versatility. And Tucker Fisk? He's the enforcer, the guy who brings grit and toughness. They've got a guy for every role, and some overlap that gives the offense multiple looks. This tight end group might quietly surprise a lot of people this year with their versatility and ability to contribute in multiple ways. The Chargers will likely stick with 9 offensive linemen, which has been their magic number for depth and flexibility. The starting 5 should remain mostly intact from last season, with Mekhi Becton stepping in at left tackle, replacing Trey Pipkins II. The backups include versatile players like Jamari Salyer, who can play guard, tackle, and even center, and Pipkins, who offers flexibility as well. Newcomers like Ryan Nelson, who's already earned praise from head coach Kyle Shanahan, add competition and depth. Branson Taylor, a late day 3 pick, is probably on the bubble, but brings developmental upside. This group's continuity and depth will be key to protecting Herbert and opening holes for the run game. Switching to defense. The interior defensive line looks like a bit of a work in progress. The Chargers will keep 4 interior linemen, Te'er Tart, Deshaun Hand, Naquan Jones, and Atito Ogbonnia. While they technically keep a 5th defensive lineman in Scott Matlock, he's grouped with the backs since he's mostly a fullback this year. This defensive line group is probably the weakest part of the Chargers roster right now. They lack depth and star power, and the final makeup could still change a lot after league-wide cuts. But Hand and Jones are new additions expected to add some energy and talent up front. This is an area the Chargers will be looking to improve, whether through the draft, free agency, or trade. On the edge, the Chargers are expected to keep 5 players. The big names are Khalil Mack, Tuli Tuipulotu, Bud Dupree, and Kyle Kennard, all veterans or proven pass rushers. The surprise candidate here is Caleb Murphy, who impressed in the Hall of Fame game with his speed and effort. He's likely to make the roster as a special teams contributor and developmental prospect. This group blends experience, power, and youth, and could be a strength if they stay healthy. At linebacker, the Chargers will likely carry 4 players. Diane Henye and Denzel Perryman are the clear leaders of this group. Behind them, Junior Colson and Troy Dye provide depth. Colson needs to build on a quiet rookie year that was hampered by injuries, while Dye flashed enough last season to hold on to a spot. The Chargers might wish for one more linebacker, but roster limits make that tough. Expect these 4 to battle it out and contribute both on defense and special teams. The cornerback room is solid, with 6 players expected to make the final roster. Tarheeb Still, Dante Jackson, and Cam Hart give the Chargers a strong core on the outside. Nico Reed has been turning heads in camp and is all but locked in after consistent standout performances. Jasir Taylor and Dean Leonard are special teams mainstays and likely safe bets to stick around. This group mixes experience, youth, and special teams value, a great combination for a defense that needs to be opportunistic. The safety position is one of the Chargers' strongest units, with 5 safeties projected to make the roster. Derwin James, Alohi Gilman, Elijah Molden, and Tony Jefferson all return from last year, providing leadership and playmaking ability. Adding rookie R.J. Mickens brings fresh energy and special teams ability. He's flashed in camp and could carve out a role in sub-packages and coverage units. This is a unit to watch, and one that could be a major difference maker for the Chargers' defense. Finally, special teams looks locked in with 3 specialists: Cameron Dicker at kicker, J.K. Scott punting, and Josh Harris snapping. Dicker did have 1 kick hit the left upright against the Lions on a 52-yard attempt, but those misses are part of preseason growing pains. Expect this trio to keep rolling and provide reliable performance all season long. So there you have it, the Chargers' 2025 roster prediction after an impressive opening preseason win. This team looks poised for some exciting football ahead. They've got a solid quarterback room, promising rookies stepping up, and some intriguing depth across the board. There are still question marks, especially along the defensive line and at running back, depending on Najee Harris's recovery. But the pieces are there for a successful season. We'll be watching all these battles unfold as the preseason progresses and the Chargers fine-tune their roster for the regular season grind. What do you think of this Chargers roster prediction? Agree? Disagree? Got a sleeper player you think will break out? Let me know down in the comments. If you're hyped for the Chargers this season, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so your friends can join the conversation too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more NFL roster breakdowns, previews, and game highlights. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and go Chargers!